everyone on the racetrack.
Got a truck sideways down in turn.
Sideways goes the 48.
The 46 of John
King. The 46 goes sideways. The caution comes out.
He had gone a lap down. Kyle Busch had closed in on our 16th place running truck of Kenny Schrader just as the caution flag had flown. John was running in 17th. I dropped to 18th, but he was certainly having a really steady, consistent run. That little slide isn't going to cost him much, it doesn't look like. Get to pit road, get 4 more tires, and go at it some more.
It's out of the back of is that Kyle Busch's?
Yeah, he
just had gone a lap down, just got a little bit loose getting in the corner. Did a nice job not making any contact with anything.
Look
the damage to the back of that race truck.
Ooh, I love that crowd, Rick.
Spectacular crowd here in Bristol. And they're seeing a great race. Kyle Busch has worked his way to the front. Timothy Peters will now restart right next to him when we come back.
Next week, the Camping World Truck Series heads to the Chicagoland Speedway. Last year, Kyle Busch won the inaugural race for the trucks in the Windy City. With the points race heating, in whose favor will the wind blow this time? Chris Devoto hosts the setup starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by flag-to-flag coverage, only on Speed.
Again, that's August 27th, Chicagoland 225. The doubleheader. ARCA and trucks.
I tested a truck at Chicago one day, and it was absolutely the fastest I'd ever felt I'd gone in my whole life.
I tested a truck there as well.
You get down in the corner, and you just have to speed up, it feels like, and that's what these guys will have to do for 225 miles.
Ray Dunlap.
Todd Bodine came to the pits at lap 132. He was very loose in, really tight off. He tried to adjust it with brakes, but it wasn't doing it, so they needed to pit. They adjusted the right rear shock, put wedge in it, changed the track bar, and air pressure in the right rear.
All on a short track.
Other than that, they did nothing.
Sounds like a Hail Mary, doesn't it?
Didn't even touch it. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch, Timothy Peters, 1 and 2.
I think they flung one up, hoping that would fix that 30 truck. We'll certainly see if it does or not.
Elliott Sadler still in contention in the 2. Now Johnny Sauter in the 13 go to the outside, trying to take third away.
We heard some radio chatter, Rick, during the break there where Kyle Busch said he's really loose. He said if we do pit, I need an adjustment, but he can't pit, can he, Phil?
No, I don't think so, especially with 60-some laps to go. No way can he give up the lead with 16 trucks on the lead lap, I don't think.
No, Mike Skinner has fresher tires. He pitted around lap 110. He is certainly, around lap 90-some, and he certainly made his way back into the top 10, so maybe Skinner does have a strategy here that he can contend with. You can see him on the outside there, racing behind Ron Hornaday and Brad Keselowski.
How about these guys racing for the 6th position? Both of them had their troubles. Brad had to make an unscheduled pit stop, lost a couple laps after a near spin. Ron Hornaday did spin, did make contact for the wall, got a lucky dog, and they're here battling for the 6th spot.
Yeah, 3 lucky dogs between those 2 drivers. Todd Bodine was on pit road. Again, they threw everything they had at that truck to try to make it better.
Amarola is trying to hold off Todd. Todd on the fresher tires is probably going to be able to make that move.
Don't you think Kyle Busch's guys are watching this 30 truck of Todd Bodine? They knew how Todd was able to run before the caution flag. He came in and got fresh tires. They're going to keep an eye on him. If he marched straight to the front, then I think they would rethink that maybe coming in on the next caution flag. But it doesn't look like Todd is going to be able to just drive there with ease.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that truck is like Todd wants it. I think when we talked to him after qualifying, he didn't like his truck and it's not handling right. You can see it's just really tight in the center of the corner. He said to compound that, it was wanting to spin out loose on entry. So that's a bad combination. And you can see Todd's new tires aren't doing anything for him versus Eric Almirola. And I think this is a good sign for Kyle Busch and guys that are staying out on tires. They don't see big moves by guys that have come to pit road. Skinner had a really fast truck. He was able to hold the lead earlier against Kyle Busch. Right now he's up to the 8th spot, but it isn't like he's making moves every lap.
Still there. Kyle Busch still able to run a 16:33 that last lap. That's very, very quick around this racetrack with this many laps on their tires this long into a run.
Bodine and Starr continue to battle for the 10th spot. Starr has it. Bodine trying to take it away. Battles back on the outside. Starr comes back down on the bottom of the racetrack. Gets side by side with Todd Bodine.
You know, it's got to be a little confusing for Todd and that team. They've been so solid, so good every week. But here at Bristol, they just missed it. They can't get the thing to handle right.
This is for second. Timothy Peters holding on to it. Elliott Sadler just behind him. What are they saying with the 17 team, Adam?
Well, tonight is an evening they feel like they have an opportunity to pick up some ground in the points. 6 consecutive top 10 finishes for Timothy Peters, including that runner-up last week at Darlington. But Todd Bodine has been so hot, he's not been able to gain any ground. The spotter just told Timothy, you might want to adjust your line. Elliott Sadler is doing something different, and he's a little bit faster than you, Ray.
Adam, when we look at the record books, there are 3 drivers who have won in all of NASCAR's top series here at Bristol. That would be Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, and Mark Martin. But keep in mind, guys, no one has ever won all 3 races on the same weekend. I asked Kyle Busch earlier today if he thought he had a shot at doing that this week. He said absolutely, and I always believe that we have that shot. But realize Elliott Sadler and Brad Keselowski will also be doing the triple. Kyle said he thought Brad was his biggest obstacle racing in the Nationwide Series here on Friday night.
Well, I like the looks of this 2 truck with 50 laps to go. We heard Kyle Busch talking that he's loose. He wants an adjustment. Elliott Sadler is just seemingly getting better and better with each lap. Having trouble, obviously, making his way underneath Timothy Peters. Timothy's a fast truck. But if he could grab that spot from Timothy, he might go up there and battle Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch now has a 1.6-second lead over Timothy Peters. So a big lead for Busch on his way to 3 in a row at Bristol. Welcome back to the O'Reilly 200. Kyle Busch still in front of the field, now trying to put the 12 of Mario Gosselin another lap down.
Yeah, Mario's a lap down. Excuse me, Phil.
Kyle Busch has got a lead of between a second and a second half. This is one of the ways that you're going to get that lead. Watch the 3 of Austin Dillon, the 4 of Ricky Carmichael as they go in turn number 3.
Kyle says, I think there's room between you guys.
Yeah, just go in the middle. And that's how you maintain a lead of about a second and a half.
And what a battle these 2 are having. It looks like Elliott Sadler, again, is way faster than Timothy, but Timothy's holding the line. They were 3 wide side by side while lapping traffic as well, but Elliott, although got all the way beside Peters, he could not finish the pass.
This is what they were doing while we were away for a few laps.
Looked like Elliott tried to move him up the hill a little bit, tried to maybe get Timothy out of the throttle. Didn't work. Timothy fought right back. They go by the lap truck of Brent Raymer 3 wide.
Action's picking up, 37 laps to go.
And all this is happening with Kyle Busch just about a half a straightaway ahead of these 2. Oh, he's going to turn
into the wall.
They're
the
both
17 of Timothy Peters and the 2 of Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, I hear.
Elliott Sadler looked to straighten it back out, but there is damage to the 17, and he is not happy with the 2 of Elliott Sadler.
Well, it looked like Elliott had just a piece of his nose on the outside of Timothy, and Timothy crowded up, and they ran into the wall.
Adam.
Elliott Sadler came on the radio and said, our bumper's hooked. I didn't mean to hit him. Timothy Peters, as you would imagine, very, very upset. Jeff Hensley, the veteran crew chief, came on the radio, reminded his driver to calm down. The crew is on the wall preparing to pit, and they have asked the folks on the spotter stand to try and look at Timothy Peters' truck to have a better idea of what they will need to do when he does, in fact, make a pit stop.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that right front tire rubbing. It looks like to me like the 17 probably needs to come to pit road. I'm not sure Elliott's going to have to come to pit road, Michael.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, Phil. If I'm 17, I come. If I'm 2, I think I stay out there. And there goes the 17 to pit road. Check this out.
Elliott has a little bit of a run, a little bit of momentum. And
yeah.
he just had that momentum when Timothy pulled up in front of him. He just ran in the back of him. I don't think it was a situation where Elliott said, I'm going to run up here and run in the back of him. He just came on him a little bit quick here. I think he thought he might be able to have that lane open on the outside, but then when Timothy came up and closed it up, then they made the contact.
And I think you're exactly right, Phil. And the thing that you said just before this happened, as you can see, they're off 2. There's a bit of a hole, then there isn't. Boom. They make contact.
And when they did, they got hooked together. You could hear Elliott obviously out of the throttle.
But Elliott also had the opportunity to get out of the gas a bit and not run into the back of the 17.
Well, certainly, but Phil said something that was key just before that happened. 37 to go. These laps are clicking off in a hurry, and Elliott thought, I got a hole here. I need to try to get in it. Adam, what's happening?
Well, I just heard Jeff Hensley say, get out the baseball bat. I'm glad he's talking about fixing the truck and not going after the 2 team.
Or something.
The right front brace on the splitter is broken away, and the focus is getting the fender off that right front tire. A lot of damage. They've changed right side tires. Their main goal now going to be staying on the lead lap, and they're going to send him away. He'll probably come back down pit road.
Get a bungee cord for that hood deal there.
That's how
All right,
fast
guys,
it goes
let's
bad.
get some left.